Good morning again. So, day two, either the wrong written word or, or I said too much already. So, I got to start over. Waking up with Mike and you. We're going to do it different. It looks like this is the way I'll have to go. I don't know what the issue is, but it must have something to do with the reading of how they bounce out certain segments of what they want people not to say. All right, so remember, we do have the YouTube address. If I could get a little bit more followers there, it would pay for us to go YouTube Live, give you a link and let you click into that. Keep it in mind, it looks like that's where we're headed. Looks like that's where we're headed. All right, so we're going to start over. I apologize. I don't have a choice here. Again, I am Michael Anthony. This is 10 O'Clock Talks. We're trying to just stay with you, create message, enjoy some time together, talk narratives, talk the future of the world, talk a lot of things. My head's still together here. I'm not going to take this as a slap in the face because I know they're going to take down some of what we want them to take down. And it's already happening. I already called for the zip ties and handcuff party, and it's occurring. We know it's occurring. There's even some word, I don't know if it's exactly accurate, that one of our former FBI leaders may now be in custody. So, I don't know if you know anything about that, but I'm just trying to choose words carefully here just in case. I know that I will get this to you. I know I will get this to you. So, anyway, punishment. Oh, well, makes you want to have a cigarette. I'm sorry, it does. But anyway, all right, so, you know who I am. I'm Michael Anthony. We call this morning segment Waking Up. I just want to review this real quick. Monday through Thursday mornings, Friday and Saturday evenings under 10 o'clock talks with me. Yes, me. Last night I was actually working, doing some test streams in Australia, and they worked out really well. And this might be the way to go to the future, really, what's coming with what people like I do and so forth, without interruption to you. So is Trump in control of the club? I think so. Cheney, as I said, out. She swears vengeance. She swears it. And all I say is this. All right, let's move forward. Let's get the next one in. Let's start the impeachments. Let's get the next one in. Really. I mean, we have people in the hot plates here right now that they don't want us to talk about. And let's talk about HUNTER. Okay? Again, I'm going to try to be even more cautious because I know they's listening to me. They got this big I love you heart over my head over here with Michael, and they're saying, watch him. Now, when you get watched, they actually are watching you visually, listening, watching. After so many words of whatever, then they put you up to the next level. I must be in that level here. So something's working, even though I'm not reaching a lot. So let's get back to HUNTER. And let's get back to the overseas investment, $420,000, 10% interest. Joe swore there would be nothing of this compromise of interests and all that, It is a conflict of interest, but it's allowable. And Paskey, I believe, made a comment even to the fact, well, he's doing everything he can to get out of and sell off his interest. No, that doesn't work. Should have gave it away. Should have sold it at a loss. That's the way it works. We have a man representing him so-called self to be the P of the world here in America, which, that should show false soon. Of course, we know where that's going. We see where everything's going. More states jumping in, all pushing the same narrative. They all want answers and results, and they all want it done now, basically. They really do, and they're pushing for it. So, Florida, they're always standing up strong. They really are. And I think we're going to see more things coming from that great guy. I mean, he's just a great, strong guy. He really is. I am concerned about the trillions on this stimulus, and I am concerned about some of the other future things coming that are going to smack us more because, they're going to give you the breadcrumbs, as I say, so they can go and fulfill some more of their narratives. Now, I do want to talk a little bit more and get back to the other thing I was discussing with you, and that was the Colonial. And then we have the Keystone, which is shut down, kicked, day after the inauguration, may have been that day. Shut down, all permits revoked, void, no good, take them back, we're not going to do this. And here, that was the biggest mistake of their life. But let's go over this little review that I just did. We all have main shutoffs to our home, correct? Yes. Well, so do these oil lines. Okay, they do. They have what's called main gates. These big wheels, they turn them, and then the gates open manually. Nothing was wrong. Nothing was wrong. So, it's a pushback. Something happens somewhere else, they got to turn everybody's head. They got to make everybody look the other direction. They have to cause panic, create fear, and keep you in their sights of how to control you. And that's basically what that was about. So always remember, it's just like a faucet, you turn it on, turn it off. And now if it was under an electrical pump and your pump went out, well, you have gravity feed and different things. So when they put these things together, this is all part of how that works. Backup generators, they can shoot power to them and open the gates. And guess what? Never a shortage. And maybe a shift of an 8-hour delay to start getting something. 16 hours to get it medium and 24 hours to get the full flow back. So, but where did they go with this? And guess what? Basically through all the states of a narrative. And true, that's truly the case. They're not happy with this outer resource edge of the United States, all the way down to Texas. Okay, get it? So, that's where I believe that's at. Remember, they had control on how to deal with this, and now, billions of dollars will go into protection of what? Who's going to own that company, and who's going to make the dollars from it? Let's just put it to you that way. But the Keystone is still in the fight. They really are, There's a lot of states involved, and they're pushing back. It's not done. It's not over. It's class action between many states, many people without jobs, where they've been put to, and mistreated, abuse of power. I mean, nothing within reason was looked upon what had happened and so forth. So, key points. Let's just stay positive here. And let's not fall into their narrative too deep. Yeah, we're going to get fuels back, they say. Of course we are, at some point. In the meantime, it's going to be who the hell will these essentials be that get it? Yeah, fire department, sure. Police department, maybe. They're defunding fuel maybe here. I don't know. But that could be a possibility. So with that said, I kind of say that a lot too, but that's okay. That's okay. Let me get some coffee here because I am waking up with you. And never fear. I'm still here. Keep in mind this YouTube idea could be actually the way to go right now. I'm just saying, and that would be perfect if you could share and let people know that and share the link. I got one up on my Your Story thing, I think, and somewhere on Taking Back America. So anyway, keep that in mind. Keep that in mind, because you should look for me regardless of wherever we're at. I want to talk about something that's really strange and weird right now, and this has nothing to do with UFOs, okay? Although the government now has really came out and said they're there. Just saying. Duh, okay, but just saying. Canada, it's called Point Roberts. Little time going through all this issues of, what we have here. And I'm not talking about the magical mystery cure that's coming to take you away. But it did in ways here. And what had happened was, it got so bad there was no more doctors and dentists and essentials and so forth. They're really pretty much shut down. And they're right at the border of U.S. and America, and all that separates them is these yellow Jersey barriers. But they're like the forgotten. They really are. They're like the forgotten up there. And they need to cross the lines for help in a lot of ways. And we're finding it out. And unless you're on your deathbed, they're not letting you go across. You have to be on a deathbed, a life or death issue, to move across lines or to go outside of their area of jurisdiction where they're pretty much isolated to get any kind of help. That's just unreal. It's how do you base what's essential in someone's life? that way. How I learned about this was a lady had an issue, dental issue, and her face was all swollen and everything. And her comment in talking to, I guess, their marshals, or I forget what they called them up, or the Canadian police, whatever. She said to the guy, I need this now. I'm in so much pain. He says, well, unless you're on a deathbed, I can't let you leave to do anything. Appalling. Just where are we in and out of America in some scenarios? But surprise, surprise. We know what's going on up there in Canada. We know what was under the grass, don't we? We do, and there were things there too. And basically, they're not real good people up there in command, in leadership there, governmental offices and so forth. So good luck to Point Roberts up there. I just thought I'd bring that up because, you got to be dying to get help and no essentials, even in their own area, and they don't want to let them out to get any. That's just crazy. But that's how it was pushed across in the narrative of the media. There could be some errors in there, but hey, if the errors are not on me, they're on them. I'll just say it to you that way. And good luck to Keystone. Stay in the fight. If anybody out there works with them that does listen, does catch us, know that we're all for you guys. Keep strong. Same with the people who want to be maskless. I get it. And the ones standing up for not wanting the punch to hit. The Frankensteiner, part 1 and part 2. Ohio, giving $1 million away to anybody that had received. I mean, to me, it's like, hey, let's all get this. It's like the lottery. We get a shot. We have a chance for $1 million. I'm going to put something up later that will state some of this. Also, they're going to be giving free education to, I think 5 kids out of Ohio or something. So they got a bunch of narratives now cooking, money giveaways. And yet the CDC says now, and I already called it. I didn't need them to wait out until today. FDA, already approved it. Now CDC saying, yes, your children are safe to have this. They can get it. We need our numbers up. These numbers are all about something of the future. Look at the Georgia Guidestones. It sickens me. And there's a lot of information out there. And I've given a lot. And I gave hints, and I gave theories, and I gave opinions. And I said a lot of things, and it's all just adding up so true and correct. I'm kind of proud of myself in that way because I'm getting verification how right I have been through some of the things. And there's been a few apologies I put out because of other stuff. All right, so the petroglyphs and petrographs. One's paint, one's carved into stone, so forth. I want to talk about them a little bit more. The Babylonians, the bibliology, and the things that these morons really are just so stuck into of this different lifestyle that separates us from them as real people, because we're not real people, because we won't join into the secret societies of the darkness, okay? The pyramids, just all the hand signals and gestures out of Hollywood and the music industry, Beyonce and, all those things, bloody Gaga and all that bull. Yeah. All right. So anyway, I'm still happy about Cheney, and so happy. She swears vengeance. And again, I might be a little confused because of the cutout. So whatever on that part, no big deal. But again, it could be not even Facebook doing this. This actually could have something to do with quantum. So, and I've mentioned that to you, where we're going, where we're headed, and what's to be, and Starlight and different things like that. That's now being all put in place for the good, for the purpose to kill the riches of the rich. And it will happen. But it could be them in ways. I don't know. I have no clue. But again, look forward to the uploads, and I'll continue to do the best I can for you that way. I really will. So anyway, I'm also seeing signs now up with the shortage of what we are now starting to have, and we'll see some things empty on shelves for sure with the panic buying, plus the fact we will lose in some ways delivery services. So they have up now proof of jobs to get fuel. And again, I just say, who are these essentials going to be, truly? Who are they going to be? But the damaging messages are back again, just for a brief on this, if I missed anything. So like big money, 10%. Uh, Joe really never did anything to try to focus key points of his promises to America. Of course, it was always attack, attack, attack. And even today, another new executive order has come out, and that will be in place to fight the cyber, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. And so we're going to be dealing with that and seeing where that's taking us. And I'm sure that'll be a little narrative media change to the public awareness. And I look at it because not because I want to live it, because I want to see their lies. I really want to see their lies, because if I talk their lies, this is where they get me, and I know I stay on the right track. But yeah, he's in deep shit here. He really is. I mean, he's got all this money invested, and I'm not going to say who's releasing it, but I already know who's doing it. I know where it came from without a doubt. And if you look into it, you will too. I just want to be careful of the name at this point. But yeah, so anyway, word is around the water cooler up in the P building that the three-letter law enforcement agency former of, I'll say it backwards, IBF, and Mr. Combe, right? It seems that he may have actually went under the zip ties and for reasons of treason, sedition, obstruction, aiding and abetting. So let's check to see how real that narrative is, because if it's true and it did leak out, that tells you just so much more of where we are. It really does. It's like put that icing on the cake. Put the icing on the cake. And Governor Satanis is just like, he's a rock star. Abbott, Noam, there's just all these good people. And when I talk about, hey, we are in the middle of a revolution thing here, we really are. And there is no magical mystery cure. I'm calling it the cure. It's different from the song, I get it. But, I just thought I'd throw that little narrative of my own in there. And they are coming to take you away. That's their plan, the ones who would not cooperate. And that's sad beyond belief. But New Hampshire. Now they're going to start a probe of their own in an audit of November 3rd and 4th. And they're making success, and they're making requests, and they're going to be jumping in. Georgia to follow suit. Lots of information coming out on Nevada. A lot of numbers there. So they were doing some homework on themselves, and now they want to get into it very, very deep. Because honestly, proof is in the preponderance of the evidence, and to expose every eye drop of it is the most importance. It really is. And maybe not for the whole big picture of things that are going on to try to cure the top and change the restoration of America, but because you can't do it all at once. And the smalls and ways, mediums, wherever you want to classify all these great people work 24 hours, 7 days a week to expose this stuff, they're rock stars. And they need to be acknowledged. They're our heroes, just like the police are. And what I saw today, and I posted it about the police and so forth. And I'll get to that. I hope I didn't miss anything on it in my mind, because today's been kind of like a cluster of a day in a way. And honestly, it has nothing to do with them killing me. But there's then that too, right? There's that too. But yeah, so they want a forensic on all the ballots and so forth. And that's where we stand with that. But it's okay. Remember how we were always told it's okay to say no to drugs? And this goes out to the rooms that support Novak and so forth, okay? They don't want to run their vacuum cleaners. Maybe I should say it that way. Maybe that would help just a bit. So it's okay to say no to drugs. I just want you to remember that. It says a lot, because it says you have the right to choose. You can say yes, you can say no. And of course, it's always been no. Say no to the drugs. So you have the right to choose, think, and speak somewhat, kinda, sorta, somewhat. I don't know. You get what I'm saying. My thing is, don't be intimidated, people. We support you. Everybody supports all you and your group. Positive, great messages. Understand your anger and the venting, and you have every right to do so. But always think smart decisions, because your immune system is actually smarter than this magical mystery cure, right? Okay? Got that? It's true. It's true. Your immune system cannot think it. as long as you eat healthy, drink a lot of water, take your vitamins, exercise, just try to stay in a positive note in your mind. Your mind plays a big part to your body. It really does. I mean, they interact with each other. Unbelievably true. It's proven facts. It really is. But yet, the narrative is, suppression, depression, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. Back to the old talk, and I don't want to keep that going. But that's really where we are. Again, just, if anybody jumps into the video and doesn't know me, I am Michael Anthony. This is 10 O'Clock Talks. Normally on all weeknights. Now, summer schedule, work. Hey, I support work. Got to work. So basically, mornings are a little bit better, and I wanted to call this Waking Up with You. Always bring your coffee in when you come to check out the thing. I think now what I'm going to do is make sure the upload's up by my go time that I would normally do live, just and let that linger a little bit and see how the uploads work. Again, I can go to YouTube channels if you'll follow me there, and I could do it there. But for now, the platform probably with the FB here and what they're doing to everybody in this war, probably best that I just go in the direction that I am, and I'll just do the uploads. But remember, your immune system is much smarter and much more effective than this Frankenshot or the Frankensteiner. Cure 1, Cure 2, Cure 3, 4, and 5. We know that they're out there. We know that there are instances of issues. And now they also come out today and say, oh, they're not harmful to women. No, really? We know for a fact that people were having issues immediately following it. How do you come to this determination? You're not looking at the facts? I guess they're not looking at the facts because they have no concerns over you. And that's why I insist upon this being a bigger plan, a bigger way of de-ulation. You know what I'm saying, right? Don't drink that Coke pop, elation. All right? So anyway, freedom is so close. It really is, unless you refuse it. And you have to refuse it, and you will have your freedom. That's how freedom works. Freedom of choice, freedom of voice, thought, speech, hearing, smelling, seeing. It's all the same difference. It really is. It's just a different part of your senses, but all senses together as one make you whole. So, yeah, I apologize, for what had happened. That really blows me away. It really does. Now, the Capitol Police and Republican Party, they joined together and did a briefing. They want to acknowledge and go publicly with it that they are in complete support, as was my understanding of what I could catch, because I was getting beaten in the ear by something else at the time I was doing it. But no big deal. Slap in the face is a slap in the face. It's just how you wake up in the morning sometimes. But, for the essentials and who they are, what they've done, and nobody talks about, too, the totality rate that went on these people who went to work with families and everything else and never got home. And then there was the ones that, I understand, like 130 of them, of the essentials. We must have essentials, the blue, our enforcements in our cities and throughout. Small boroughs, the guys, just trying to stay safe on words. 130 some did die from whatever this was. So, just saying. And there was other problems and issues, and people getting hurt because people are throwing ice bottles and bricks and frozen oranges and frozen apples. And you get hit in the face with one of those, it's going to cause a problem. It'll fracture your face, But these were the things that they were fighting and they were up against, as well as being spit on and everything else. So I am so happy to see that the Republican Party is really starting to stand out a little bit here. And they're coming to us strong, and they're saying they're not going to, allow this stuff any longer, and they're going to fight it very hard for us. And that's promising, because they laid down for a while. And with the fear of them laying down, or with the promise after everybody leaves down there at the resort with President Trump, they come up with a whole new narrative. I just think there's information being put to certain parties and people. And what we need to do is just stay in our place. There's much to read out there. There's much about what I've shared. And I gave detailed things for, many, many hours to everybody on that part. But I do I say, prayers to all you guys. Your rock stars, stay strong, because a lot of people are defending the blue. They're coming up with bonus systems. They're offering money to get people into their jurisdictions where they want the enforcement and their skills to be used. So, there are going to be depopulations of areas by what's going on, and we are going to have radical areas in America. It's going to happen because they are breaking down a system of law enforcement. And that's sad. That's sad. But just as much as it's sad, there are people out there reaching out for good policing officers who will come to their areas, work, move in. And that's why some of the bonuses will be immensely higher than some of the others. We've seen Florida give money. We've seen Governor Abbott wanting to put more out there and show more support. And we have NGs now in place in several states. They're standing up. And that could mean what? I'm just saying, that could mean what? Where are we? Are we already there? Is there a hidden blanket over all this? Come on, just be realistic. Think about where we are. We may have MLaw. Marshall. You know Marshall. He used to be on that one show. But somebody's got to take care of the law, correct? So with that said, I'm not saying anything too much different today. Trying to give you what I could give you that I thought was, of importance in ways. But I am happy to see that they're doing. These guys are heroes and ladies, men, women. They were all heroes. And they have passed and perished from trying to do what they could do, putting America first. All of America was put first in this war by them. And many involved in these orchestrated plans of events will pay for it. We're just going to have to get to that point, though, to make that occur. We know their statements. They've been publicly saying them, announcing them, and they're guilty of their own crimes, without a doubt, as well as our own, the big P up there, the wannabe P, evidence, expose. You guys are rock stars. I apologize again for all this stuff. We could have probably had some chat and went back and forth, but it's not going to go that way today. I apologize. Like and share this. And we'll see how it pans out today, and where we go and where we move forward to. If you're having issues with unemployment, bug the crap out of these people. Any workman comp issues, you're not getting your check, bug the crap out of these people. If you didn't get your stimulus, you should get it. You're going to need it. Bug the crap out of these people, okay? All these narratives that are on your side, good. America, right, strong, red, mega Trump, boom. You got it, right? You got it. We're in this, right? You're with me. Are you with me? Like and share. Please follow. Subscribe on the YouTube. I think we may have to voice a different connection at some point. If we want to do live interaction. For upload purposes, I don't know. Maybe they will kill me on that too at some point. But I'm fortunate enough to know a few people that I think are trying to defend me. Possibly. I'll just say possibly. So let's see if this uploads. If it does, then the good side is working. They are at work doing something. So with that said, have a pleasant Thursday. I believe today's the 13th. And if you look at some of the things released out there, 13 might be important. But remember, we are the 10. I'm Michael Anthony, waking up in America. Always bring your coffee in. I apologize. For another second day mishap. You guys take care.